All right, welcome back, everyone. Following up on something former Utah governor and Republican presidential candidate Jon Huntsman was telling us here, that this clearing of the field in a lot of Republican primaries this week, including Tea Partiers continuing to get clobbered, means now that the money guys have a clearer picture where they can put their money. Who knows this better than Noel Nixon, a big Republican fundraiser? Did that clear the decks a little bit, Noel, or what do you think?
Absolutely, and he is right on. I liked what he said, and the fact that it is going to...
He's a class act. I don't care what people feel about politically. He's just a decent human being, you know?
Well, he gets it, and he's smart, and maybe that's the reason why a lot of people didn't get it in the campaign. I didn't work on his campaign or anything, but I always thought he was right on message, pretty smart, pretty sharp guy. But yes, I do look for the field to open. The question is going to be, the individual donor. I see them as getting right and supporting the candidate that won, whether, of course, it's probably the establishment candidate. But what's going to happen to a lot of the Tea Party groups? The money on that side is probably going to be drying up a bit. So how are they going to get their message out? And are they going to continue to run candidates against establishment candidates, or have we seen this kind of dwindling down? And, money doesn't always mean that you're going to win a race. When you have not enough money, it's bad. But sometimes you need to blame the message and not the fact of the money.
Yeah,
so
money isn't going to buy you a place on any ticket if they don't really like you.
If your message is wrong.
But, Mattie, I wonder, what does this mean then to Tea Partiers who at least whatever they lacked in financial oomph, they had in just fervor? And Ron Paul illustrates that. If they feel like they've been slighted or put aside or no one really loves them anymore, I can't picture them going to Democrats.
Right.
But by the same token, I can't picture them, really galvanizing for the grand old party.
Well, the Tea Party is extremely important because it actually worked the other way. They're the guys who got the Republican Party to come back to its base.
And John Boehner is Speaker because of them.
Well, and look at what's happening on Capitol Hill. We are finally looking at a federal government that is shrinking. That is something we haven't seen in the past 60 years to the effect that we're seeing it today.
Well, its growth is shrinking. But you're right.
No. We have federal spending that actually decreased over the past 2 years for the first time in about 60 years.
Have you taken a look at our debt?
It's still bad, Neil. It's still real bad.
No, your point is well taken.
This is my point, is that we need to move away from people saying it's never good enough to saying we are winning, how do we win more? And that's the question.
See, I don't know if the Tea Parties are feeling appreciated for that.
Oh, God, no. I can't imagine that they're feeling very good. I mean, they've been demonized all over the place. And yet these are the guys, to your point, these are the guys who reminded the Republicans of where they came from. What hell did we go through when we went through a Republican administration that just grew government, never met a spending bill he didn't like with W. And then, of course, we naturally roll into Obama doing more.
You hate everybody, don't you? It's a very admirable quality. Noel, I mean, you know where the money is going. For a while, it was going to Chris Christie, and then it veered off, and then Jeb Bush, and then maybe they're waiting to see what he does. What's the latest?
Well, I know that a lot of people are, after these elections, they are concentrating, at least my donors are, they're concentrating on locking up the U.S. Senate and having a GOP U.S. Senate. To where in 2016, we really don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Neil. Hillary is going to be one heck of a force to be reckoned with. She's going to raise a lot of money.
Noel, you refuse to listen to me. And I will burn these tapes if that turns out not to be the case, but she will not be the Democratic nominee.
I really think she will. And I think that even if she doesn't want to be, that the movement is so big, they're going to push it.
All right. Okay. Noel, thank you. It's always a pleasure. And she does know a lot more about this than I ever will.